Hello guys, and welcome to Daddy Share Space, and welcome to my channel. So today I'm coming to you with a small unboxing. So yesterday I was able to kind of get the shop situated to where I can at least record videos, and I also was able to do the unboxing of the TS32 and the Incra rule, the 6-inch model. But I also went to my Woodcraft yesterday, and I had the intention on picking up a few items, and what I picked up was the 6-inch ruler. I also picked up Woodpecker rule stop, and I picked up the edge hook, or they call it the rule hook stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these items up and we'll take a closer look at them. All right, so starting off, let's go ahead and do the ruler. I'm gonna set these items to the side. All right, so you can see the packaging that it comes in. It's just a small, kind of like plastic or vinyl type of envelope. You've got it opens up just like a Ziploc bag. You just pop that out, revealing the rule. It also, like the other rulers that I purchased, it comes with a screw and a little plastic type tool that goes into your wall, so you can fasten it to whatever you want to fasten it to. So you can take a look at the ruler here. Now, one thing I can say right off the bat with this particular rule, I probably am not going to return it, but this one is not milled or machined very well. I see that there's a hard line right here in the middle, so where the CNC probably did not go all the way in on the groove. Let me see if you can see that in this camera here. There's a groove right here. So this one is not perfectly machined. I'm not going to complain too much about it, simply because of the fact that this particular woodworking rule was $17 or $16.99 with tax. So it is a 6-inch rule. It's going to give me the ability to connect small lines if I want to. It is an inch graduate scale here, so it goes from 1 inch all the way up to 6 inch. The ruler does have the left to right scale, which is here on the top. And when I turn the ruler over in this orientation here, I get my center scale. So the zero's in the middle, and then I can measure out 3 inches on each side from the center. It does have the groove in here so that you can slide it back and forth on your workpiece, which is useful. And yeah, so it's pretty much just a ruler. Now, the one thing about this particular ruler is you will not be able to use the rule edge stop on this particular ruler. So a nice little addition to the shop. It's going to go well with the rest of the rulers that I have. So when I don't need to pull out the 12-inch or the 24-inch, then I can pull this ruler out and utilize it. So let's go ahead and set this to the side, and let's go on to the next device that we have here. So right here I have the Woodpeckers rule stop. You can see it there in the camera, and it's coming in the vinyl envelope as well. We're going to go ahead and open that up, pull it out. All right, so this is the device itself. Just taking a little bit of a closer look at it, you can see it there in this camera. It's essentially a screw, a thumb screw here that you can tighten, and there is like a chamfer on the bottom here, as you can see, so it grabs the ruler right there. There's a chamfer there. And so the way that this works, you're going to slide it in on your rule, and you can attach it wherever you want on your ruler to mark a repeatable measurement. Now, taking a look at it, you've got a long thumb screw that goes through it here, and then you've got these two metal bars on the side that slide back and forth that allow you to accommodate the rule. On the tip, you have these little metal devices that lock the device in so that it doesn't just slide off the tip there. So we'll go ahead and slide it on the rule and tighten it up. And that's how that's going to function on, or at least how it's going to be positioned on the ruler. And what that's going to give me the ability to do, if I have my piece of wood here, I can butt my tool up against the work, and then I could take my pencil and I can scribe a line wherever I want on my workpiece. Let's try it with the bigger pencil lead. And that gives me the ability to do markings. So right here, I have it close to 4 inches on the scale, but let's say I wanted to move it into 1 inch. I would slide it into the 1 inch mark, tighten it up, and then that gives me the ability to mark 1 inch from the side of my workpiece here. And obviously you could do it on any side. I can come over here on this side and make sure I'm getting my 1 inch, and come back over here on this side and mark my 1 inch. So this is an excellent tool to be utilized in that way for smaller items. So the one benefit to this Woodpeckers rule stop is you have the capacity or the ability to add it to the other rules within this setup. So I can easily remove this, and the rule stop can be applied to either the 24-inch ruler that I have here in the shop and or the 12-inch ruler. So that's giving me a greater degree of flexibility with using this one particular tool. So I can put this on here, as you can see, and obviously giving me a greater reach to do my markings with this here. I can come back, and if I want to do a longer rule or a longer mark on this board, I can put it to whatever marking that I want it to be on, snug this up, butt it up against the side, and I can make my line like this. So as you can see, you know, this head is not quite as stable as the TS32 for doing this same task. However, it does give you the ability to, like, say if I'm butted up to the side, as you can see here, I can come down and let's say, let me just mark this at, I have it on the center scale right now. Let me go ahead and put it on the left to right scale. So this is 2 inches in on the board is where the rule stop is. So 2 inches is actually going to be the 0 mark on this particular setup. So that's going to give me the ability with the 2 inch mark. So if I go over, if I want to come over 4 inches, then I would go to 6. And that would be 4 inches into my board. And then say if I wanted to go another 4 inches in, I would go to 10. And then if I wanted to go another 4 inches in, I would go to 14. And then 18, and so on and so forth. And what that does is give me the ability to reference evenly across my board. Now the reason why I'm starting with 2 inch on this side is obviously because the rule stop, as I have it flushed up here, is about 2 inches wide based upon what I'm seeing here. So 2 inches, then the 2 inch mark would be my 0 point with this particular ruler. So that's an option that you have, and you can see with this type of shape of board why you may want to have multiple types of rules, and then also why it would be highly useful to have a tool like this rule stop to be able to move it from one device to the other so that you can reference one side of your workpiece, but then also mark very far into your board, whether it be the width dimension or the depth dimension. Having a range of rulers is going to give you the ability to do that. Now, moving on, let's go ahead to the final unboxing in this particular video. I'm going to set my rules to the side. All right, finally, this piece came out of the bag that was in this particular setup here. You have, this is what's called the rule hook stop. It's just a piece of aluminum here. It's got 2 holes in the opening here. Let's see if we can get a look at in this camera here. You see the 2 holes there, and that is going to go into the ruler and connect right here in these 2 holes here. So you're going to take your ruler, you're going to take the device, put it on top. So this comes with the mounting hardware and even the Allen key to apply it. So it looks like you have an extra screw just in case you may lose one. That's good. And then you'll just pop this in, the little screw. You got the screw in there, and then we'll just snug that up. So this is connected with 2 screws total. And once you get that in, what this device does, if you take a look in this camera right here, you can see where the lip is right here on this particular device. And the lip that is right here is going to correlate with the 0 marking on this rule. So I have the left to right center to where I can read it on the top of the ruler. So when I butt it up here, this portion right here is 100% 0. So this rule edge stop here is giving me the ability to reference from the 0 marking. So if I want 1 inch, it's just 1 inch. If I want 2 inches, it's 2 inches. Unlike when I use this particular device here, which is the Woodpeckers Rule Stop 2, when I butt up to the edge, because the rule stop takes up 2 inches of the ruler, I have to move my markings over by 2 inches in order to get the appropriate number. So 2 inches is 0 with the rule stop. But with this ruler edge stop here, 0 is referenced off of the edge of the ruler itself, right? So you don't have to worry about if you put your ruler down on the edge and if the soft pad of your finger kind of pushes the board or pushes the ruler over, giving you an inaccurate marking. With this edge stop, you're able to snug up 100% and you know that you're referencing the edge of your board, so you can mark accordingly and get your markings for layout all the way throughout your board. So this is a super useful tool to be utilized with these Woodpecker rules. I'm pretty happy about this. Now, I was originally thinking about buying the whole set of all these rulers. I think it was like 260 coming from Woodpecker site. So now Woodpecker sells their tools in store at Woodcraft. So I was able to walk in my store, and initially I purchased this 24-inch rule and I purchased the 12-inch rule, and then I went back and I purchased the 6-inch rule, the edge stop, and then the rule stop as well. So I purchased all of these yesterday as far as the stops and the 6-inch rule. Now, as far as to complete the set, I only need to get the 36-inch and the 49-inch rules, and then I would have the full lineup of the Woodpeckers rulers. Now, I was going to pick up the 36-inch when I went into Woodcraft. However, they were out of stock, so I'll be picking that up in the future. I think it costs like $59. The 49-inch ruler is about 89 bucks, and that will be probably a future purchase for myself. And again, you could use these accessories. Let me see what the name of it is again. The rule hook stop. This is the rule hook stop. You could use that on all of the rulers except for the 6-inch ruler. The 6-inch ruler can only be utilized with the rule stop that you have here, which is this component. So just keep that in mind. However, I think this is a very useful addition to the shop. Obviously, you can use these rulers to connect lines and to draw out things just like you would use a conventional ruler. These are machined to be accurate within to I think it's 1/1000th of an inch, so you can get a lot of good use out of these as long as you take care of them. And anyways, guys, I think that's all I have to say about the additions that I got to the shop today. I want to thank you guys for taking time to watch the video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care.